Alright. Let's get this show on the road. Hello, everybody. As you can see, we got ourselves over at little Bohemia over here. So I guess it's a good time to start off the stream. Looks like we have a lot of really nice tiles here. Got a lot of people here. So let's go ahead and dig right in. There's already quite a few that I'm seeing that look pretty cool. They seem to be different variants of different characters. So why not? Let's jump into it. Everybody knows I'm a villain, so I'm gonna start off with the villain today. This King Bane definitely looks like quite a promising figure. Let's take a look here. I like it. It's got like a very how do I say it? Like a very military grade feel to his style. I like the chest piece. It works well with the accents on the legs, and I like the hands. The hands. The only thing is, man, I wish his hands had like some sort of like venom gear on it or something to attach to it. That'd be really cool. But that's just how the style is, but otherwise, I mean, it's a great style. I like it, and he's using the wet paint. The all-time great right there. Alright, let's see who else we got here. Let's look at Great White. I think he's trying to look like a, Great White Shark. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I like the skin. The skin's quite different. I like that. I've seen a few styles that you could do with the skin, but I haven't found one that quite makes it work perfectly. But he's trying to go for like a king shark. You know, he's got the little doll on there. Okay, nice. We got Starfire over on the end there. I always like a good Tamaranian character, if done right. So let's go ahead and check them out. They're at the bottom of the list. Here we go. I like that. That's actually that's pretty good. For it definitely looks like they're starting out as a character, so they don't have like a lot of the main pieces like from the event, the seasonal event. But they're doing pretty good with what they got. And of course, looks like they're using wet paint. That's easily, like I said, best material to use to forgive a lot of style like mistakes or mishaps. It'll cover a lot of them, or differing material tones. So that works out really good. Alright. Who else? Alright, so we got is that a Superman? Justice League Superman, but it looks like he is Sinestro Corps. Okay, so he's starting out as well, but I see he's got himself a Void. He's got the Sinister material. Not bad. I'd probably use a different chest style or something that would kind of bring out that yellow more. I'm not sure about the hands and the chest. They need something on them. And the boots, you could probably use Shepherd of Adara for that. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we got Calidar over here. Let's take a look at him. He's got a Dragon Ball Z character. Alright, we got ourselves Nappa. I did a style like this back in the day, and it worked out pretty good. And yeah, and that was the OG face style to use if you wanted to have a character with a battle power like I'm blanking on the name for it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's basically measures your battle power, your power level, the scanners. So before the Lex Luthor one, this future one was the only one you could get. Alright, we got Cleaver over here. Seems like he has a very dark style. I like dark styles. If done right, you can do a lot with it. Let's see. Did I miss some? No, here he is. Okay, so he's got him. He's rocking the shaded comic, but it's literally just the chest, legs, and head, and with the accessory. I mean, it's very simplistic. It's very minimalistic, but I mean, the aura is not bad. It's not a bad style. I just feel like there's so much more you could do to spruce it up. But if you're going for a very slim, very minimalistic look, I guess this is the way to go. Let's see. We got Inferno over here. That definitely looks like kind of like a Ghost Rider. Maybe he's doing like a specific version, but I don't recognize it. But I do like the chains on the back, and how it's like the glistening of like the bones coming out the shoulders, the spikes with the chains hanging off, and then you got the spikes in the arm coming out. Yeah, and he's got the black nebula for the chest and legs. That's quite nice. The one thing that I noticed is the face style. I believe this face style, not the head, which is the topper, but the face style. I think it's I forget the name of it. It's Angel of Despair or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Style. This is gonna drive me nuts. Avenging Angel. That style. That goes really well with the Apocalypse Overlord head style. I don't know what it is, but it works really good, but I have yet to find a style that it really meshes with. But it's got a really interesting look with it, and I think there's a lot of potential if I find the right combo with it. And that's something that I've noticed, and it's just over time, I guess I'll kind of figure out something that works well with it. And Geoffrey Lane, hey bud, what's up? He says, hey sir, you're one of the best creators of DCUO along with the multiverse. Maybe in a couple weeks you can rate my Superman 2025 character. Superman 2025 as in you made it in 2025, or is it like based on the new Superman that they got, basically, either in the movie or in the comics? Because I know they got like the absolute Superman. And I kind of like his design, to be perfectly honest. He's a very serious character, but then at the same time, he doesn't take his look too seriously. He's just a very cool personality, it looks like. So I kind of like how that kind of, you know, instead of trying to make a character and say, you know, he's got this humanity, and that's the compelling part. And so I do like that about the character, and I do wish that more of that is shown. But when you have a character that's supposed to have all those attributes, and then you, like, the new 52 had him be like cocky and whatever, it's like they were trying to inhabit like the same character, but then they put like a different personality in it. Where with I feel with the Superman Absolute, they come out the gate, they're like, hey, we're not trying to trick you on anything. We're not trying to take the same character and still have the same attributes, but then give him a whole different change. Like, this guy's totally different just in general. Like, his attitude is quite different. So he's not quite in the same house when it comes to the same... They tell you up front what you expect with the character, and I like that. So that seems to be really interesting. So, you know, and you know what to expect up front. I like that. Then we got ourselves a Black Adam here. Alright, let's see. What's their name? I think it's Super... No, it's Melina. It's Melina, okay. I'm seeing somebody that looks like a Superwoman over there. Let's see. I think I've seen styles from Melina before. They usually do pretty good styles for the most part. Did I pass them by again? Man, this menu. If they need to update the UI, like they just changed the UI and all that in the game, I don't really mind it, to be honest. I don't even really care about the fading part, but I know what some people is giving them a headache. But doesn't really faze me much. But if they did do like an update on the UI, they need to make it to where you can search somebody in this UI, because man, this is insane. Oh, it's Empress Melina. Okay, so I'm looking for M's, and it's Empress Melina. There we go. Man. Oh, so it's not them. Alright. Alright, then who's next to them? Man, all these names, man. Okay, it's K Celeste, I think. Alright. Alright, trying to find the right person here. There we go. Okay, I mean, it's a nice style. I can appreciate the fact that they tried to blend the cape metal into the red. It's not quite what it should be, but the attempt was there at least. It's not bad. I don't really see anybody make this character much when they had done like a gender twist on the characters and had basically almost a full female Justice League. I think that'd be pretty cool. If that was more like highlighted in the future. Okay, let's look at Heathbar over here, because that seems intriguing there. Here we go. Hey, what's up, Russell? How's it going, bud? Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. Just I think it's gonna sound totally weird, but for me, the thing that actually makes me love this is the, I don't know, it's the it's that material on the headpiece. Just the texture of the material gives it a very regal appearance. I like that. Alright, nice. Let's see, then we got Superboy Justice League. Looks like he has like a battle damaged style. Okay, so it's like a Legion Superboy, kind of like Long Live the Legion, like the or Legion of Superheroes, a show, kind of. It's like they're trying to do like a battle damage version of that character. Let's see, and we got. We'll do JSA Wonder Woman, because I did do a JSA Wonder Woman in one of my videos a while back, so I'm always curious to see like what their take is of the same exact character, because everybody can look at like a given like character or style, whether it's in other media or in the game, and everybody can have. There's tons of people that you'll get that have like a totally different idea of what styles to use for that character. So for me, that's pretty cool to kind of see what people come up with, because there are other times where somebody will use a style that I didn't even think of using, and it is 100% better than what I had thought of in terms of, you know, style pieces. So I think it's pretty cool that people kind of come up with their own stuff, and I get to see the fruits of that labor and being able to appreciate it for what it is. And then we got ourselves Lex Luthor over here. Let's go ahead and check him out. Okay, I don't know how to say this. I mean, it's a good style. I'll say that. It's a very good style. I'm trying to understand like what version of the comics it's coming from, or maybe it's just a very generic version. It kind of reminds me of the version from Public Enemies. I like it. I mean, it meshes pretty well, and I don't know. I kind of like the energy coming off of like the belt area. That's definitely different. And I like that he's using that face piece. Yeah, very nice. Cybernetic skin for you. All right, and then we got our buddy. Yeah, Public Enemies. That's what I said. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of it. And it seems like there's a whole lot of influence from like the movie. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. And then you get him with his, like, more or less his in-game version of the character. Just slightly different styles to make it, but otherwise not bad. Alright, let's see, we got, I want to see if I either go between Hercules, or we can go against Avatar. I'm going to look at Avatar here real quick. Let's see. Avatar. Okay, so he's pretty much got the style that I've kind of seen a few times here and there for the most part. I mean, yeah, that's a head style people use. Because I mean, to be perfectly honest, there's not much you can really do for the head style. But I've seen people even do like stripes down the arms or something, or use different styles to make that happen. But not bad. Let's look at GSA Wonder Woman. I think she's got a civvy suit on. See, now I actually like this. I don't know, but sometimes casual styles hit so much harder than actual iconic styles sometimes. Like, that hits hard. I like that. I think that actually resonates with me more than the style she had on before, to be honest. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Did he just switch another one? And that's his Orange Lantern Lex Luthor. If you've watched my videos, you'll see that I've done that pretty much myself as well, with the new material, which works with it perfectly. So, very nice style. And then we got Hercules here. I like the belt. It's got like a champion's, like, sort of a very big buckle, something that's very imposing of like your achievements in the realm and whatnot. And of course, you can't go wrong with, like, I like how they do like battle damage gear. I think in the past people asked a lot for it, so you'll see that with a lot more of the enhanced styles. I have a lot more battle damage on them. You have like the tunic underneath it is like torn. So I like that. It's very nice, and it still has like energy flowing through it. Let's see here. Oh, I think I see a Juggernaut. Let's see. All right, very nice. I like the belt. The belt works with it very well. I think that's been like the very robust belt. One of the very, like, really nice, robust, very big belts for, like, bruisers that we've seen in the game. Like, it's got a very nice, just very... It's hard to explain, but it's something that I'd imagine, like, Mammoth to wear. It's like... or, like, a wrestler. Like, it's a very robust, very big belt. Even for, like, a smaller character. So, I don't know. I think that style's kind of cool, even though it comes from, like, Mr. Miracle, who's, like, kind of like a twig in comparison. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. Let's do Batman DC. Alright, so it looks like we got ourselves like some really like tactical gear. I like, to be perfectly honest, like I like the top half of the character with like belt included. I'm not so sure about the legs and the feet because just the materials don't match. But if they were able to get the same look on the chests and legs, I think it would be like a, I'd say it was like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I'd score it that high, to be honest, because I think the top half for the most part is doing really well for itself. I think it's the bottom you start to see like the aging like materials and this, I don't know, not so sure about that, to be honest. We got the Compulsion. Let's take a look at him. Never seen that character around, so I might as well take a look and see what they're about. Okay, I will touch on that in a second, Johnny, because I think that's a really fair point. Alright, so Johnny asked, he says, what do you think of the new regalia crown accessories? I think there are quite a few that really stand out, but I feel that overall they're great for characters that wear helmets or wear some sort of headgear or something. I think to be honest, I think they look kind of dumb if they're by themselves, but if there's something that they're kind of hovering over, it looks good. So I don't think you'll see the best. You won't see the best like takeaway from them if you don't wear like any sort of like helmet or anything, because it's supposed to like sit on something. Because there's too much space between the character's head if you don't have like a helmet or something on, or horns or something to kind of like make it feel like it's resting on something. You're kind of, you know, it just, I don't know. That's how I feel about it, but I think they're really good. I think the animations on them are really good, and I'm still trying to figure out combinations of styles to use them with. I think so far I've only come up with 2 styles out of I don't know, like 17 like variations of those accessories. I'm probably not going to make a style for every single variation, but I mean, I want them to be good styles. I want them to be styles that actually like make sense and aren't just like throwaway styles. Like I feel if it's something I'd put on an armory and definitely like run through content, then it's something that I'd want to throw in a video. But yeah, I'm not gonna just throw something on just to throw it on and call it a day. And yeah, so there's certain versions of them that work better than others, just with the look. So it's all about what works for you and what you're inspired to make with it and what makes sense to you, if that makes sense. Yeah, it works good with crowns as well. They work insanely well with like Crown of Hades, which is no surprise there. But yeah, it works really well with crowns. But yeah, I mean, there were a few ideas that came off the top of my head when I saw them. And one of the styles that it reminded me of, just from Mortal Kombat 1, is Mortal Kombat, the latest one that came out, was Kronika. That's what it reminded me of. The energy. It's like the green energy that rises off of like Kronika's crown. That's pretty much what it reminded me of. Let's look at him. Okay, but yeah, so they're definitely very nice. It's just it's not gonna work for everybody. That's how it looks to me. So if you're not used to wearing like anything for a head style, you know, there's not really like, I mean, you can still wear it. It's you know, it's your game. You can do whatever you want. It's just it probably, you know, just won't work the best for you. Yeah. Trezik or Trezix. I'm probably butchering that. He says, fair review of my tactical Batman suit. There aren't many materials quite like that could be used besides the shaded comic to match these textures. I'm happy with the 7 out of 10. There may be 1 or 2 suggestions for those materials I can give you. I would probably say dark metal chroma, or dark metal chroma, or you could do the black Shadowbender material. And there's like the Shadowbender chroma set that's on the marketplace. And I know they had given some away for free at one point, but that could be another option. Those are what I would say would probably be the closest and probably the easiest items to get your hands on, to be honest. But yeah, those would probably come really close to what you're looking for. I would say that the black shaded, the black shadow bender would probably be the closest to what you actually want. Yeah. The wet, yeah, and the wet paint's not bad as well. You just got to tweak the colors really well to get a very distinct like color to go with it. Because I mean, at that point, if you're trying to get everything to match like the chest and the arms and all that, you're probably better off just covering everything with it, but getting it as close to the colors that you wanted originally, if that makes sense. Yeah, want metal features without being too chrome. Yeah, I can see that. That's fair. And then we got, let's see here. I think we got ourselves an Ant-Man here. I'm gonna look at Teddy Kwan here, just in a sec. Okay. All right, he's got himself that that bleed material. Ant-Man, there we go. I like that. It works really good. Of course, you got shaded comic. You can't really go wrong with it for the most part. Yeah, not bad at all. I like that. Let's see. Am I missing anybody in the back? I don't want to exclude my people in the back. I'm gonna check out. I'm going to murder that name, so I'm not going to even say it, but let's take a look at him. Here we go. Okay, so we got ourselves like a little bit of a kind of like a Reaper look, kind of like a I don't know, like a scythe, an energy scythe. All right. Let's see. We got Icon DC. Looks like he's got himself a Magneto going on. Very nice. Definitely different. I don't know if... Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I always thought the helmet was all red with purple accents, or maybe there's different versions in the comics that I don't realize that has the other way around. Otherwise, very nice. But yeah, I know a lot of people used to use his chest style as well in the game. That's the Steelworker style. All right. Let's see what Johnny says. I find mixing the Scorching Crown with the Nuclear Head, Scorching Skin, Avenging Face, and Last Son May looks great together. Probably. I find in this game everything that's like scorching, everything that's like well, it's not going to show face styles around here just because of everybody around here. I mean, yeah, that works. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really solid, like, yeah, combination for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, like, maximizing, like, the fire effect. Yeah. So you can't go wrong with that. Let me see what else. Here. Let me do one last look at that. Do ourselves a little pivot around. There we go. And then we got Superboy, Justice League. Let's take a look at him. Looks like he's got himself Superboy Prime. So it's an anniversary event, so get the Anti-Monitor gear if you want to look like Superboy Prime. This is the best time to do it. So there you go. He says, "Oh, this is the classic Magneto. I have it on. Where is he? Oh, maybe he jumped on a different character and I didn't see it. Well, I'm sure I will find him in a little bit. I'm going to take a look at Supervillain over here. So it looks like they got themselves a Bizarro style. Look at that. Look at that. They got the Form of Zan emblem, which I think is probably the best emblem if you want to get like a backwards like S for Superman, but it's Bizarro. That's the way to go. So, I mean, the only thing is maybe the chest style, like get like the Star Wars Defender or something. But otherwise, it's like that's an insanely good, insanely good emblem for that. So I, to be perfectly honest, this is a very, very solid Bizarro. The only thing is maybe I could be like, maybe get like the Apocalypse crack skin or something. Maybe to kind of give him more of like that Bizarro, like the crack skin look. And then we got, who else we got here? We got our buddy Dick Grayson over here saying hi. And he's running around as the classic Robin. Definitely an interesting style, and I do like I do like how he took the Archangel style to get the little frills for the that goes around like the briefs. That's kind of funny, to be honest. All right. Let's see what else. All right, we got a biofuel over there. Let's take a look at them. So we've got like a very dark style, but it's got like all the different runes on it. And then we got ourselves like these really golden wings. It's like a forbidden angel style or something like that. Very nice. I do like how you have like the gilded gold runes going up the side of the character, and the whole style is just black. So all you can see is just the runes. I like that. And the halo's a nice little touch. Sarah there had a little bit of a tickle in my throat there. Okay, we got ourselves Spider-Gwen over here. And then I'll have to check out Grifters, because that actually sounds pretty cool. So we got ourselves Spider-Gwen. I think that's pretty faithful to the character, and no less. Most of the style is like just very basic styles that you could get even at the beginning of the game. So that's kind of cool. So it doesn't really take much to do that. I mean, the only stuff you'd actually need would probably be like the emblem and the head style and the hairstyle. That's it. It's the three things that you'd have to actually like get. Like that's otherwise not available in the beginning of the game. Let's see. And then we've got Dr. Did I look at the Dr. Fate? Have I seen him before? I'm gonna look at Clark J and then I'll look at Dr. Fate. So yeah, so this character looks like the Absolute Superman character. So this is very nice. Just this kind of savage feel of the character. So yeah, we already got people making the style in the game. It's pretty sweet. I like it. All right. Let me zoom out, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Let's go ahead and go with Con L. I don't think I've seen them. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. It looks like the game wanted to drop off. I'm going to go ahead and restart the game, and then and we'll get right back in there. Good old DC. All right. Alright, so we should still be at Little Bohemia. Let me just phase right on back. Alright. And we are back. Alright. Well, that was crazy. Alright, so we got ourselves Grifters. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. Let's see where he is. There we go. So yeah, so this definitely looks like Flashpoint Grifter. I like that. And I like the attention to detail with like the hair going over the mask. And then look, he even changed it. So he's got like the Crown Prince, like binocular sort of night vision goggles on there to go with it. Very nice. Looks like we got a bunch of Flash characters. Let me look at I'm going to go with the villain. I'm going to go with Ebon Thons. There we go. So it looks like it looks like he's missing some boots, but otherwise than that, I mean, I like it. I like the tactical feel of it and how he used like the future Flash hood. I mean, the headpiece. I mean, who knows? He could have taken it from the Flash in the future, and there you go. Got Zoom running around with Flash's old helmet. That's kind of very villainous. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at Barry Allen TM. I like how they added the goggles to the head style. That's pretty awesome. The one thing that I saw that I thought was great, oh, I'm looking at Johnny responding. Somebody asked in the comments. He says, "Do you think that they'll be missing? That they'll be fixing the missing belts and bugs, masks bug?" And he says, he said he posted a bug report about it a day or two ago. He says, "Little Bohemia seems to be the worst zones for the bug. It's because it caps out at so many people in the area that it will stop showing those items. It's just because there are too many people in the area, and that's why they cap it off. So if you see like face styles are not showing or belts are not showing, they are purposely not rendering. At least from my knowledge, they're not rendering because there are too many people in the zone." Yeah. So I guess that was kind of one of their ideas when it comes to fixing something. And that's kind of what they came up with. Maybe that was the lesser of the lesser evil, so they decided it was better to go that route than to maybe have something worse in terms of is like, maybe just allowing less people in the phase. They just decided to do this instead. It looks like we have the Monitor walking around. I did a style of this guy before too. Too bad I didn't save like the color codes. I'm kind of kicking myself for it because I probably should have. But yeah, I was able to get pretty close, and it seems like they did pretty good here themselves. Not bad, not bad at all. Yeah, very nice. I mean, that's a one character that I don't think they've restricted too much in us being able to look as close to them as possible. They've almost given us everything for that character to make it possible. Yeah. But, okay, let's take a look here. So we've got, Barry Henry Allens. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so they probably just picked up the style themselves, because they're only level 6. They just picked that style up for themselves. I bet they're a happy camper. Well, congratulations to getting your Flash looking legit. Look at that. Nice. And then we've got... Let me see if I'm missing anybody. I'm just kind of scanning over everybody, see if there's anything cool that I'm seeing. It looks like Black Hood Lord Omni. Let's take a look at that. Okay, this is pretty nice. This is definitely using the God's Eye Chroma. Very, very savage looking. I'm not sure about the emblem, to be honest. But everything else seems to be doing pretty good. Because it's like the chest and legs mesh well because they're part of the same style, and then of course you have like the ancient elements, which is like the bracelets. You got the headpiece, the belt, the feet. Yeah, very nice. You can tell they're also starting out as well, so this may be somebody's ult. Let me see. Let's just go ahead and pan out, but I want to see if I could tell who that is. I'll just scroll all the way out and see what names come up, and then I'll kind of view on that. So we got you. That is so much a trickster name, but I'm here for it. Okay, that's kind of very dark. Yeah, very interesting. I like it though. It's very simplistic. I like that, yeah. Very ninja feel to it. Right. So I know that they had done a third blog on the on like hints of what the chapter is going to be. They were talking about like zombies and stuff and magical beings being like killed, but they're not the only ones being killed in the blog. The only thing I can think of when they're talking about that is that okay, so they use some of the artwork from Deceased, which is a storyline where people get taken over by the anti-life like virus, and it turns people like makes people succumb to the anti-life equation. And if they said that this chapter or this whole like story arc that they're doing is like the darkest that like storyline that they've had in the game, or just in DC or something like that, that would be very cool, because there's a lot of dark side in it. And there's just a lot of different characters. Like it was just this whole event, and they brought a lot of different people in, and I think that would be super awesome to like bring into the game. I think that would be cool. Yeah, like just straight up. I think that would be a nice way to go with that. But yeah, so when I saw that, like they were using artwork for it from like DC Deceased. So, so something like that almost makes me think it's going to be that, but I've been wrong before. So, you know, I'm not going to say it's like a definite, because I honestly don't know, but it'd be pretty cool if it was. Yeah. So I mean that'd be pretty promising if it was the if it was that storyline, but we'll just have to wait and see, because like I think at one point like Darkseid's like undead with the same virus, but then he like becomes part, like he like I think he like kills Sinestro, takes his ring, and becomes part of the Sinestro Corps. Like, and so you have like this almost this undead like anti-life Darkseid that's leading the Sinestro Corps. So that would be pretty freaking awesome, to be honest. Like, I'm all for more Darkseid. That's definitely one of my top favorites, and when it comes to like villains, is Darkseid as a character. So that'd be pretty sweet, for sure. So I mean, but I'm pretty excited to see what we're gonna get in terms of like what kind of storyline we're gonna get. Because I mean, to be perfectly honest, guys, the truth of the matter is we're like, I don't know, I think we're maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks away from figuring, like, getting the content, basically, because they said it was end of January unless they push it back, and we're like barely like in the middle of January. So I figure if they're gonna do the very last minute, which is like, I don't know, the 30th or 31st or whatever it is, the very end of the month, like even if they technically go by that standard, that's still like 2 weeks before we figure out like what's gonna actually drop. So that means 2 weeks for them to have us test anything. So to be honest, since we're almost like halfway in and we've got no word on it and test isn't even up yet, I would surmise that test should probably be up any day now, to be honest, because they don't have that long for us to test anything. So that either means A, it won't be that big of an update yet. They might do the first chapter in like stages, so the first part of the chapter may only come at the end of January, and then then a few little bits and pieces and fixes and stuff will come later. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so that's kind of seems to be what we're looking at in terms of like timing. Because to be honest, I thought it was going to be up like last week, or I would have figured, because it doesn't leave them much time. And I mean, I don't have to tell them that. Nobody's got to tell them that. I think they know in the back of their head, like, they don't have much time. But like I said, it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like a whole DLC sort of thing. It's going to be like bits and pieces. So it'll probably only be like 1 or 2 pieces of content, a couple pieces of gear, and then that's pretty much it. So, but you know, new is new, and I'm willing to take new. I'm willing to see what they're putting out. That's, you know, that's kind of why I stick around in this game. It's like, I like DC. If it wasn't a DC game, I don't know if I'd be here, to be honest. So it's the IP and the styles and the lore that keeps me immersed in this game for so long. You know, I don't know, 11 and a half years. So I like to just see where things are going and see what new stuff comes up, because you never know who's going to make it into the game, who's going to be new characters in the game, who you recognize from the comics that's going to make it into the game. So things like that for me are pretty cool. And there's plenty of times where I see these characters that I see that they put in the game, and I know their lore, and I don't know if it's limited writing or what they're able to do, but it's like they hardly touch on like the main points of like what the character is, what their backstory is. Like they kind of they don't get into the meat of the character like I'd kind of hoped that they would. And so that's why I kind of feel like their storylines are kind of rushed. Like they're trying to jam everything in, but then they don't touch on like the actual details of the character. Like, I don't know, I feel like there should be, I mean, this is gonna sound silly, but there should be like an archives, like records, like database inside of the game, like where you can look up characters, look up their backstories, like a central hub or whatever. I don't know. I think there should be like a little like data center in the game. Because to be perfectly honest, I don't think everybody's going to be going to like outside like sites and sources and stuff necessarily to like look up characters. I mean, some do, but I don't think that's everybody. So so yeah, but I do, you know, appreciate when they do, you know, put in like details I don't know about characters. But that's very far and few for the most part. But yeah. Let me see here. It says we need to see what this new team is capable of besides monetization. 100%. This year we will see their content. What was the blue blur in the sky in Gotham all about too? That needs revealed. Somebody says Santa Claus. They said I'd be gone for sure. All about the IP. What do you think of my Robbie? I threw together. It says yeah, you can go read comic arcs. Oh wait, they made blogs. Yeah. The blue light in the sky, I'm very much convinced that it's a Blue Lantern. I think it's going to be a Blue Lantern character, or at least a new NPC for a Blue Lantern. If I were to if I were to guess, it's probably like a newer character in the like a newer character in the comics, maybe. I don't know. Like I don't know, like maybe it's like a female Blue Lantern that's in the comics that I haven't like really looked at, like known as a character, because I don't think there's many characters just in DC, or at least within our game, that would be recognizable enough just by blue light, except like a Blue Lantern, like a ring going to find its bearer, its ring bearer. So I think it's like a Blue Lantern. That's what I think. So it's Lantern coming back. I don't think it's a power reveal. It's a nice thought, but I don't know. I just think the devs have already turned that idea off and put that into cold storage. I don't think they plan on taking that out anytime soon. I think it's already got freezer burn on it, to be honest. Dr. Manhattan, he hasn't been introduced into the game. Neither has the Watchmen. I think that would be a very big if. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a stretch there. It's a Blue Lantern or a meteor. Well, they made it where it was close enough to where you could tell it wasn't a meteor. It was just a blue light. So it doesn't necessarily mean it was like that far up in the sky. It was just a little blue light that was going past. If it was a meteor, they probably would have shown a lot more detail. It probably would have been bigger with the scope that they were trying to push with how far away it was in the sky, and it wasn't that far away. So if it's that small, it's yeah. Yeah, I think in their minds, they felt like they have enough powers in the game. They have like close to, 15, 16 powers in the game? At that point, it would be one more power to have to balance with all these different updates that they'd have to do later on. If there were any bugs, they'd have to fix them as well. So there's upkeep and maintenance that they have to think about. And I'm not 100% sure that these people know exactly how to fix everything in the game and just in general. A lot of them are new, so I think the last thing that they'd be making is a power, because I don't even know if the people that mained a lot of that and made all the powers are even there anymore, to be honest. You'd have to have somebody who had like a ton of experience with this game engine just pop up out of nowhere and understand your systems and say, oh, okay, yeah, I can make a power. I think that's very unlikely. He says, does that actually appear in game, or did they make that separate? Oh, you're talking about the video with the blue light? That was separate. They probably did that on like an internal server. there's no way that was actually happening in like open world. Yeah, so that's something they could do like on a like internal server, and then they could take like a little video clip of it, send the animation of the blue light through in the server, and then upload it. So I'm pretty sure they didn't do that on like an actual live server. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they did. It would almost be like it would almost kind of be like our version of like DC's version of like a Fortnite event, but to a very, very, very small extent. For as small as it may be, it would be somewhat an homage to that. But no, I think that was done on a private internal server for them. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're filming stuff like that readily just in open public server. Okay, we got Lord Mysterio. Very nice. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. But otherwise, I'm excited, you know, because it's new is new and more is more, so I'll take it. I mean, styles are nice. I'll always take styles, but more content is definitely a plus and something that should always be coming around as frequently as possible. If you want a game if you want to retain people, you have to have content. You have to have something to keep people in here. I don't think like the other aspects of the game will keep players in if they don't have content to play with it. Like, I mean, it will for a while, but I think eventually that won't be the case. So you always got to be finding ways to keep your people busy, keep them in your server, keep them in your game, keep the servers full. Yeah, I mean, with Johnny, with like all the updates that they've done, like, you would think that you'd be able to, change the flames on that. But to be honest, like, that's an old head style, so they're probably got like spaghetti code when it comes to that. I mean, not trying to speak for them, but it's an older style. Like, it's not super old, but it's old enough to where they probably don't know exactly what was what was used to make that, or at least the processes of how to do it. But anything like from this point on, like, I would think they'd probably be able to do that. But, you know, I don't want to speak for them because I don't work there. So, but it'd be cool if they did, if they had that capability. 100%. And you see that a lot with like a lot of the enhanced gear and stuff that has like extra like animations and stuff that kind of come off of it. Like, if you could change them there, I don't see why you couldn't change it on like head styles and stuff. Like, you get that sort of animation from like the Fire Soul, like from the head and from like the shoulders. Like, you'll get like a smoke. You can color the smoke and change it. So I think they've had that capability for quite a while. Love to get it in green. You would use it to recreate Vengeance's head. Yeah. If you guys don't know, and if you watch some Dragon Ball, from what I was told, and if you're on the DCUO Discord, I think they were saying that the original voice actor, or at least the English voice actor for Cell, passed away at the age of 74. So the king android Cell, our boy Cell, is no longer with us, or at least the voice actor. So you know, GG's. He was definitely a very strong character in the game. I think the only person that would probably be much stronger than him would probably be like Majin Buu. But he was just super strong just because he had the cells of a lot of other people within his programming, within the character. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, he is no longer with us. Just a little bit of an interesting tidbit. Alright, so he says gameplay, story, progression, and styles in that order. But definitely they could update old textures on older styles without releasing newer versions. Texture updates to bring them into 2025. I'm like, when people talk about like making the when people talk about like, oh, you know, DCUO needs like graphics update. I'm like, guys, like, it's an old engine that's not gonna like it's not gonna get you up to like the 2025 standards. But like textures, 100%. I think there's a lot of this game that could be retextured quite a bit, and I don't think it would put that much of a performance strain on the game. It's just updating like the book, you know, it's just like updating the covers of old books, you know. I know I'm like oversimplifying it, but I think they could update textures. I think the only thing is it would just take time to like make the textures, or at least, you know, whatever they have to do to implement them. But yeah, I'm all about textures. I think that's one of the most reasonable parts of the game that people overlook, which they probably could affect quite easily without too much work in comparison to like trying to do like a whole graphics update, which would not even really even be like feasible in some cases and in some things. And so I think that's perfectly reasonable. It's just I don't know the specifics of what would have to go behind like all of it to make it happen. But yeah, because I know they've done like updates on textures like over time on certain things I've noticed. So it's cool when I like notice them and see it. Yeah, because I mean, they're just some older styles. Like, you can see the textures on them, and like, they're so pixelated, where it's like, if you don't wear a material with them, it's like, it's horrible. Like, you don't even, like, you're kind of like questioning, like, you know, like, is there another style I can use in comparison? So that's definitely something like, so it's like, if there's one style, it's like, I probably like don't want to use it, or I'll use something else, or I'll have to take another material that makes it look like halfway decent. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of like it's a perfect style, but it doesn't quite like the you know, like I can't leave it just bare because it just doesn't, you know, it's because just of the dated textures on it. So that's kind of what I think of like some of the old styles. It's like they're brilliant versions of what you need, but the textures are so old, it's like sometimes you can't even use them. He says, that's how they do it, textures. He says, it's apparent in the resolution of some newer styles. It would be a DCUO 2 with enhanced rendered graphics. They could also go the material route that's fully tintable. They sort of have done it with the pumpkin patch chroma and the cozy sweater chroma. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other... They've also done it with the tropical flower aura. And I'm trying to think of what other one. But they've done it with like, actually like 4 or 5 different chromas. Yeah. But those are definitely very prominent versions, for sure. Yeah. But if they're like, to be honest, where I saw them just outright like destroying the sort of restrictions on color was when they did the wet paint material. when they did the wet paint material and then they did the the shaded comic material, to me, that should be the highest form of materials in the game. That should be what they're striving to make. Maybe make like a paint material where it's not wet paint, so it doesn't have like the animation of the whatever on it. Some people don't like that animation. I've gotten used to it. I don't really mind it. But I know for some people that drives them up a wall, which I can understand. But yeah, like there's like Multiverse said in his videos before that they said or had mentioned that they wanted to make a version kind of like that didn't have the animation on it, and I guess that was canned at some point, or at least he was teased about something like that being on the horizon, and it never happened. So you know, we don't know what goes exactly on in the company, what they approve and what they don't approve. All we know is what they've either told us or what like evidence that's been hinted towards certain things. But yeah, so I'm definitely for that. What's up, Death? How's it going, bud? You got Death sends you in the house. We went ahead and looked at his I'm trying to think of the villain's name. It's from What If? Ultron. There we go. He says we need Charzix says we need a fully tintable one for all channels. Yeah, wet paint. They just need to go that route, but jeans, texture, carbon fiber, fully tintable. Yeah, that's exactly what they should be doing. Like, you know how they did like they did the white and black neon chromas, and then they made like 10 different versions of it. They need to do that, but for like the fully tintable materials like wet paint, shaded comic, they need to go in that direction. And I don't know why they haven't gone in that direction, to be honest. Because I think that would be I think that'd be amazing. I think that'd be something else. So yeah, I agree with it 100%. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and check out one more style for the night, and then I'm going to call it a day. And I think I see it. As you know, we have Marvel Rivals that came out, and nothing highlighted this character more than that game. So we've got a Cloak over here. So I think that's pretty sweet, and I think I have seen this character before, but I don't really know a ton about Marvel. I only know like the ones that are usually kind of pushed, all the main like characters that they kind of like, you know, push out there and show everybody. So this was kind of cool to kind of like understand the character and be like, oh, okay, so this is what they mean by Cloak. And then of course then you have Dagger, which is the other half of the character, or the duo. So I think that's pretty cool. But I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you for hanging out for me for the past hour and just looking at people's styles and just talking about the game. I always appreciate it. I've got a new Discord channel that is linked, Discord server that is linked to this channel. If you ever want to check it out, we're kind of just building people up in the server. I usually post like a majority of like, so I have my videos in a different channel, and then I have Multiverse and Obsidian Chills along with DCUO's channel, like information I'll post in an announcement thread. So, you know, we're kind of just chill over there. I'm still figuring out like certain settings. I just added roles and stuff, but just trying to keep it pretty casual for the most part. So join if you'd like. But otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Y'all have a great night. Laters.